This little fellow is Brady, and that is his favorite thing in the world, his little squeaker ball. He takes it wherever he goes. He's a cheerful little fellow with his constantly wagging tail and his little short legs. And it might take you a while to realize that he's also deaf and blind from birth. He loves cuddling and giving kisses and being patted, and he was a wonderful therapy dog as a member of the PAWS team who brought a lot of comfort and encouragement to a lot of people. I hope you've enjoyed meeting him, and I hope that you are lucky enough to enjoy the love and companionship of a dog.
We at FDA have responsibilities for making sure that pet food is safe and nutritious for your pet. We also offer advice for safe handling of pet food and treats in the home. For safe handling, no one plays a more important role than you do. Hello, my name is Dr. April Hodges. I'm a nutritional scientist at the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Most pet food is safe, but sometimes pet food and treats can become contaminated with bacteria that can not only make your pet sick, but you sick. Salmonella is perhaps one of the best known bacteria that may be found in pet food or on pet treats, but it's not the only one. Contamination by salmonella and other types of bacteria may not be frequent, but it happens. On average, 60 pet food or treat products are recalled each year due to salmonella contamination. Human illness can be caused by contact with contaminated pet food or treats. In one recent outbreak, more than 20 cases of human illness were linked to dog food made at one plant and contaminated with salmonella. The initial symptoms of illness caused by salmonella, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, are the same as with other types of foodborne illness. For most adults, the problem is an unpleasant nuisance or a few days in bed. But for young children, older adults, or individuals with suppressed or compromised immune systems, the illness caused by these foodborne bacteria can be very serious or even deadly. No matter whether you give your pet a commercially prepared diet or raw meat, you can avoid problems if you follow some basic, common sense food safety guidelines. Avoid buying pet food in dented cans or pet food and treats with torn packaging. Damaged packaging potentially allows pet food or treats to be exposed to harmful bacteria. Wherever you feed your pet, try to select a location that can be easily cleaned and sanitized to eliminate possible pathways for food contamination. Be sure to wash the counters, floors, and any contact surfaces with soap and warm water whenever pet food or treats come in contact with them. Wash your hands after handling pet food. Wash bowls and utensils used for pet food with soap and warm water to remove harmful bacteria that may be present. Using utensils strictly for pet food is an extra precaution against the possible transfer of bacteria from pet food to human food. After opening a can of moist or semi-moist pet food, seal it and properly store any unused portion in the refrigerator. Keep dry pet foods in a cool, dry place and sealed in a container to prevent spoilage. No matter how you store your pet food, be sure to keep the original packaging. Product information contained on the bag, including the manufacturer's information, lot code, UPC number, and expiration date, is helpful in an investigation if pet food is suspected as the source of an illness. If you're handling raw pet food, including frozen meats, take the same precautions as you would with any other raw meat product. Teach family, including your children, about these important safety steps so they can help protect themselves and others from illness. Bacterial contamination is one potential problem with pet food, but there are others, like contamination with chemicals or toxins, or including too much or too little of certain ingredients during manufacturing. While these contaminants might not harm humans, they can present a serious risk to your pet. What should you do if you suspect a problem with pet food or treats? You know, of course, to get medical attention if someone in your family gets sick. The same should be true for your pet. If your pet shows signs of illness, your veterinarian is the person who can help the most. She or he will be able to decide on a course of treatment by examining your pet. FDA can't help you treat your pet. The company that manufactured the food can't deliver the needed treatment, and neither can the store that sold you the product. So please call your veterinarian. And even though the manufacturer can't help treat your pet, you should still notify the company. You can find the manufacturer's contact information on the product packaging. And if you think pet food or treats have made your pet sick, someone else's pet sick, or made someone in your family sick, report it to FDA. We review all complaints we receive. Your report can help us protect the health of who knows how many people and pets. It will be compared with other complaints we've received to help us determine where there are problems. Reporting the problem is easy. You or your veterinarian should contact FDA and give us as much information as you can about the product and what happened. You can do this in one of two ways. You can make a call to your state's FDA Consumer Complaint Coordinator. You'll find the phone number on the FDA website, www.fda.gov/pet food complaints. Or you can file a report online through FDA's Safety Reporting Portal. Whether you report the problem to FDA by phone or the internet, we'll need some specific information. We need to know the type of pet food or treat and whether it was for dogs, cats, or other pets. We also need to know the brand and the manufacturer, where and when it was purchased, as well as any information found on the packaging, like lot numbers and when it was manufactured. All this information will help us determine if there's a problem with the pet food. If there is, this information will make it easier for us and the manufacturer to get the affected products off of the market and to begin to identify what went wrong. And just like many of you, we too are pet owners who think of our pets as members of our families. This makes our work of protecting the safety of their food especially important to us. We look forward to working with you to keep all of our pets safe and healthy. Thank you.
At FDA, the safety of food for animals, including our pets, is just as important as the safety of food for people. In fact, Congress directed FDA to protect articles used for food or drink for man or other animals. Under this law, we are determined to make sure the food and treats we give our dogs and cats, of course, but also companion animals like horses, hamsters, birds, and fish, is safe for the animal to eat. Hello. My name is Bill Burkholder, and I'm a veterinarian at the Food and Drug Administration's Center for Veterinary Medicine. According to law, companies producing canned pet food must follow a specific set of regulations to eliminate harmful bacteria inside the can. These are the same regulations that manufacturers of canned foods for people must follow. Pet foods and treats must also be truthfully labeled, and federal regulations require labels on pet foods and treats to have 4 specific pieces of information. Number 1, the label must contain a list of the ingredients. Everything that's used to make the product must be listed on the label, and manufacturers must use only those ingredients that have been determined to be safe. If a manufacturer uses ingredients that aren't considered safe, any products containing those ingredients can be declared to be adulterated. Declaring a product adulterated gives government officials legal grounds to take actions to prevent the product from being sold. The ingredients must be listed in order of their predominance in the pet food by weight. The weights are determined according to the condition of the ingredients as they go into the product, and the names of the ingredients used must be the common or usual name of the ingredient. For example, sugar must be listed as sugar, not as sucrose, and corn must be listed as corn, not maize. The rules for listing and naming ingredients allow purchasers to know what was used to make the product and to compare ingredients in one brand of food to another. Number 2, the label must properly identify the product. A product can't be called a complete diet unless it supplies all the nutrients the animal requires. There are many other product identity rules enforced by FDA in the states. You can learn more about them by going to FDA's website. Number 3, a pet food label must include a net quantity statement. This tells you how much product is in the container. This can be important because containers can hold different amounts of product even though they appear to be the same size. And finally, number 4, the label must include the manufacturer's or distributor's name and address. This information indicates who has the responsibility for making sure the pet food is safe and properly labeled. FDA doesn't work alone to protect the safety of pet food and treats. Each of the 50 U.S. states has their own comprehensive sets of laws and regulations designed to ensure the safety of pet food products. Both the states and FDA can inspect pet food manufacturing facilities to make sure the appropriate regulations for manufacturing and labeling products are being followed. The majority of pet food manufacturers strive to make safe and accurately labeled products. Still, problems can arise. Tons of pet food are manufactured and consumed every day in the United States. FDA and the states don't have enough personnel to watch each can or each bag of pet food as it's being made. Once in a while, some pet food product causes a problem. You can find out about recalled pet foods and treats by going to FDA's website and looking for the section labeled Recalls and Alerts. What should you do if you suspect a problem with the pet food or treats you bought? If your pet is showing signs of illness, the first thing to do is call your veterinarian. No one else is in a better position to help treat your sick pet, not FDA, not the company that manufactured the food, and not the store that sold it. After your pet has been treated, report the problem to FDA. Every state in the U.S. has a consumer complaint coordinator. Look for the box labeled Report a Problem. Click on the link to report a non-emergency situation. That's where you'll find the phone number for your state coordinator. Or you can file a complaint electronically through FDA's Safety Reporting Portal. The document you'll fill out for the portal has several questions about the specific product and about any signs of illness your pet may be showing. You should try to answer all of the questions. The more information you provide, the better FDA will be able to take quick action to eliminate the problem. We review all complaints that we receive. Before I finish, I want to add one other point. Yes, the law gives us tools to protect the safety of pet food products, but we bring more to the task than that. We also bring dedication. We do our job to make sure pet food and treats are safe because we care about animals. And just like you, many of us at FDA are pet owners who consider our pets to be members of our families. So protecting the safety of their food is extremely important to us, as we know it is to you. Thank you.
Is your beloved cat or dog putting on weight and maybe needs to lose a pound or two? When your animal looks up at you with those big, pleading eyes, find it hard to resist? Maybe you should. Just as obesity has become a serious problem in people, it's also a growing problem in pets and can seriously harm their health. According to a 2015 survey by the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, an estimated 58% of cats and 54% of dogs in the United States are overweight. The diseases we see in our overweight pets are strikingly similar to the ones we see in people. We want our pets to live happy lives, but we also want them to live long ones. In pets, 20% over ideal body weight is considered obese, but the ideal weight is relative, depending on breed, the animal's age, body type, and metabolism. The real expert on the ideal weight for your animal is your vet. Your vet marks changes over time in a way that you, who sees your animal every day, may not. How does your vet know if a pet's weight has edged past normal and become unhealthy? Many use body condition scoring systems for both cats and dogs, such as a 1 to 5 point scale, with the 1 being very skinny and a 5 being obese. Ask your vet to explain her system and what to look for. Some good questions are, what are some specific signs that my animal is gaining weight? What is a good normal weight for my pet? What type of food do you recommend, and how much is a serving? How many times a day should I feed my pet? Does my pet have a health condition, like arthritis, that makes it a good idea to keep weight on the low side? In the meantime, there are signs you can look for. Look at your animal from above. Does your pet have a definite waist? If her back is broad and flat, like a table, she is likely overweight. Run your hands along your animal's side. Can you easily feel the ribs, or do you have to push hard to feel them? Are they too prominent? Does your pet have a tucked abdomen or a sagging stomach? If you can easily grab a handful of fat, that's a sign your animal is overweight. Next time you have to face those pleading dog or cat eyes, remember, obesity can significantly shorten your pet's lifespan. The occasional treat is probably fine, but we all want our pets to live healthy lives and to be with us for a long, long time.
I absolutely love being outdoors, getting to study new species all the time. Learning about how they affect the ecology of an environment is fascinating to me. Conservation really means protecting wildlife, and when I say wildlife, I'm not just referring to animals, but I'm talking about animals, plants, and their habitats so that our future generations can enjoy the wonderful landscapes and scenery that we can today. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service refuge system is actually the largest set of land and water put together specifically for the protection of wildlife, including endangered species. We have about 564 as of today, but we're constantly growing. So I had experiences at Maine Coastal Islands National Wildlife Refuge studying puffins. I later went to Umbagog National Wildlife Refuge in New Hampshire, monitoring loon populations and moose populations. I had the experience of working at Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge, studying an endangered species which will now be delisted soon, called the Delmarva fox squirrel. And there are these big oversized squirrels that seem to be getting hit by cars a lot because they're so slow and sluggish. Most squirrels go tree to tree to tree. Well, these guys are so slow that they come down a tree, go on the ground, come all the way back up the next tree, down the tree, and again. But their populations are coming back now. Everyone that's a wildlife biologist typically does it because they love being outside, they love being outdoors. But when you collect all that data and all that information, there's a time where you have to be in the office to kind of analyze everything, to see what the trends are, to see what the populations are doing. And that is very important data and very important things to do. I would say the most important thing that kids can do to protect wildlife is to be knowledgeable, to share that information with their classmates, to explore the outdoors, whether that be a small patch in their backyard or a bush or at a park or at a national wildlife refuge like where we're at now at Patuxent National Wildlife Refuge. To get out and explore, make observations of your own, and do your own biology in your own backyard.
You can also see Chelsea in Conservation Connect. In each episode, you'll learn about different careers, wildlife animals, and technology used to protect those animals. Visit nctc.fws.gov/Conservation Connect. Find a national wildlife refuge in your state at www.fws.gov/refuges.